Within the Post-Secondary Transition Plan, or PTP, the use of other can be utilized within the measurable post-secondary goal areas of education training, employment, and transition services. There may be rare occasions when the radio button choices or drop-downs in these areas of the application do not meet the needs of the student. In those rare occasions, the choice of other is appropriate to be utilized. Please note, when the student's goal is to go directly into the workforce, it is recommended to select the radio button, will receive on-the-job training. Entering will go to work in the other box will result in a non-compliant PTP because the type of training is not identified. When a student's identified education or training goal cannot be met with the radio buttons, using the other option is appropriate. A training goal written in the format of student will receive training in, identify the specific training to be received, from A, identify the person or the title of the person who would provide the training, and then at, identify the location where the training will be received, is an appropriate way to identify a training goal using the other option. In the example on the screen, Tattoo Artist has been typed in as an other employment goal. This goal is specific and identifies the career that the student wants to pursue. Instead of using the other option, the IEP team could select the career cluster, Arts, Audio, Video, Technology, and Communication, the pathway of Visual Arts, and the career of Artist and Related Worker, All Other, and then further explain that the student plans to be a tattoo artist in the additional information text box at the bottom of the page. Often the issue that comes up in the employment goal section of the PTP is that a location of a job is entered instead of an actual career. Entering work in a hospital or work at Menards does not identify the career that the student is preparing for while in school. There are numerous types of careers that can be found in either setting, so further career exploration is needed to identify this. Another type of other that is often seen in the employment goal section of the PTP is business owner. This is not a specific career. Diving into the drop-downs or the Excel document that can be found on the employment goal page will allow the IEP team the ability to locate a specific career goal. If a student has 2 or more choices at this time, use the drop-down menu to locate one of the goals and then add information on the second career choice in the additional information text box at the bottom of the page. Transition services are defined as educational activities and supports designed to assist students with disabilities to reach their measurable post-secondary goals. By selecting at least one transition service from the drop-down list first, then the transition service section is compliant. The IEP team may identify additional transition service needs that require the use of other that will be provided to the student during the school year. The PTP application gives a warning if other is used before the PTP is submitted to allow for changes before submitting to the Department of Public Instruction. If a PTP with other chosen is submitted to DPI and corrections need to be made, proper procedure of making change to an IEP are required to be followed for a revision to an IEP. TIG Technical Assistant Specialist review districts submitted PTPs that used other on a monthly basis. If a PTP's use of other does not appear compliant, a note will be added to the other report in the PTP application and an email will be sent to the district's PTP contacts. Any PTP that uses other will be printed and reviewed by DPI staff in the summer after the close of the current school year. The DPI reviews all PTP records to identify any non-compliance and determine your district's Indicator 13 transition compliance rate, as well as the overall statewide compliance rate. The department will notify your district in writing of any identified non-compliance and will conduct activities to verify correction of the identified non-compliance. Please reach out to your TIG Technical Assistant Specialist when you have questions or concerns about the use of other in a student's PTP.